dear students. In the last videos we have learned, in the two previous classes we have learned how to form questions using what, when, why, who and so on. Now in this video we will learn how to use or how to frame questions using which, whose and how. So this will be the last part, and we will learn many more questions and to ask many more questions. So here are we with which. So when do we use the word which? Now in case there is a choice between the two, then we use which. Okay. Now maybe you are given the two choices, maybe the chocolate cake or the strawberry cake. So there are two choices. So you have to prefer. Which one do you prefer? So now let's move to the examples. I would select these set of bags. Now how to form a question to this? I would select these set of bags. How are we going to form a question? So we'll write here which of these bags, do you select? So do you select? Which of these bags do you select? Question mark. I would select these set of bags. That means you are given the option there. You have shown the two set of bags or more than that, and you are asked to select which set of bags. Which bags do you like and which one you want to have them. So now the second one, I would prefer tea. So now here again it's an option, right? Here again you have to make a choice. So how are you going to frame the question here? Which do you prefer? Question mark. So tea or coffee. Now which one are you going to prefer? So which do you prefer? Tea or coffee? So the option is given to you and you have to choose, or you have to tell your preference. So which do you prefer, tea or coffee? So you are going to tell them I would prefer tea, or if you want to have coffee, then you can tell them I would prefer coffee. So this is regarding which, how to use which in framing the question. So which is nothing but a set of choices. So when there are set of choices and you have to select any one, then you are going to use the WH question, that is which. Using which you have to frame questions. Now let's move to the eighth one, the next one, that is asking about the ownership. It's asking about the people or asking about the ownership. Ownership means whom does a thing or any particular matter belong. So the first one here, these are my shoes. Now this is an answer. Now how are you going to frame the question? Is whose shoes are these? Whose shoes are these? That means we are going to ask them does this shoes belong, or whose shoes these? The second one, this is my house. This is my house. So, how are you going to ask? Whose house? Whose house is this? Question mark. Whose house is this? This is an easy one, right? But many of us make mistake here. This house whose we ask, right? Usually we end up with whose. Instead we have to begin with whose here. So how do we ask usually? This house whose. So this is a wrong usage in English. So we need to ask whose house is this. So this is a question, and you need to form a question like this. And remember, when you are using WH questions, it begins with the WH questions. It doesn't end up there, but it begins. In most of the places, it begins with WH questions. And now the last one, we have how. So this is only how, and this is going to tell us about the manner and method. Manner means, now if we take the first sentence, I go there by walk. Now how did you go? Whether it's by walk or by bus or by train or by flight. So all this. So it is a manner, or what is the mode or the method that you have used. So the ninth one, how, that is I go there by walk. So how are you going to use here in the question? How do you go? How do you go? I go there by walk. Or how do you go there? So we can write here there as well. So how do you go there? I go there by walk. The next one, my exam was easy. So how can we form a sentence? And this is usually asked question, right? So how do we form a sentence here? How was your exam? So how was your exam? So we say my exam was very easy or very tough, or sometimes we say okay, right? So how was your exam? So these are the 3 WH questions that we are going to learn today. And today again you have to do the same. These 3 sentences will be given to you, and you have to do by yourself. Okay, do it by yourself. Try to frame the questions grammatically correct. Don't make the spelling errors. And I have told you, these questions, these WH questions begin with the sentence. It doesn't end up. Okay, you have to end with WH questions. So it is, you have to begin with the WH questions. So do your homework properly and try to use this in your daily activities. So I would like to stop here, children. So this is regarding the framing questions. Thank you so much, and keep watching, because you have to continuously learn how to frame the questions.